Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we uncover the hidden gems of the numismatic world. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at the 2009 1-cent coin, a coin that you may have lying around in your pocket or drawer, but which could potentially be worth millions. Stick with us as we unravel its history, unique features, and the reasons why this particular penny could be your ticket to a fortune. Before we jump into why this penny could be worth millions, let's first talk about its history. The 2009 1-cent coin is part of the U.S. Mint's production series for the year 2009, but it holds more significance than just being a regular penny. In 2009, the U.S. Mint released a special series of pennies to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This series consisted of 4 different reverse designs, each showcasing a different phase of Lincoln's life: his birth in a log cabin, his early professional life, his presidency, and his memorial. These 4 designs were released in a staggered fashion throughout the year, each one bringing a new historical theme to the forefront. The 2009 penny, minted in Denver, features the second design in the series, Lincoln's professional life, which shows the man hard at work as a young lawyer. At first glance, the 2009 1-cent coin might just seem like another penny, but it's much more than that. Its historical significance, paired with some unique production factors, have led collectors to place immense value on it. Now, let's talk about the million-dollar question: how much is the 2009 penny actually worth? When it was originally minted, the 2009 1-cent coin had a face value of just 1 cent, or, in other words, 1 cent. However, due to several key factors, some versions of this penny are now worth far more than their initial face value. In order for a coin to be worth significantly more than its face value, several factors come into play, including rarity, minting errors, and collector demand. The 2009 penny is an example of a coin that has been elevated in value due to several of these factors. Let's break down what makes the 2009 1-cent coin stand out from the millions of other pennies circulating in the US. The key factor that makes the 2009 penny worth so much money is its rarity. While there are many 2009 pennies in circulation, not all of them are in pristine condition. Some rare examples of this coin have been found to have unique minting errors that make them stand out. Some 2009 pennies have been found with double strikes, off-center strikes, and even die cracks, all of which are errors that make the coin more valuable. These types of errors can drastically increase the price of a coin, and collectors are always on the lookout for these unique pieces. In fact, some of the most valuable 2009 pennies have sold for thousands, tens of thousands, and in rare cases, even millions of dollars. So, how does a coin that's supposed to be worth just 1 cent end up with a price tag of over $77 million? Here's where things get even more interesting. It's not just any 2009 penny that's worth millions, it's one specific penny that's made headlines for its astronomical value. In 2020, a 2009 1-cent coin with a rare and significant minting error sold for a staggering $77 million. This coin had a unique double die error, meaning that the coin was struck twice, resulting in a distorted and overlapping design. Coins with this kind of error are incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. This particular penny, with its one-of-a-kind flaw, became the most expensive penny ever sold at auction. It's a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can skyrocket in value because of a tiny, almost imperceptible mistake. So, how can you tell if your 2009 penny could be worth millions? Let's go over some tips to help you spot a potentially valuable coin. First, always check the condition of the penny. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, are far more valuable than those that are heavily circulated. Second, look for any errors. Double strikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks are some of the most valuable defects to look for. These errors can significantly increase the coin's value. Finally, consider having your coin professionally graded. A coin in excellent condition with a rare error is likely to be worth more if it's authenticated and graded by a professional. The 2009 1-cent coin is an example of how rarity, historical significance, and minting errors can combine to make a seemingly ordinary penny worth millions. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, it's always worth checking your change to see if you have a hidden treasure in your pocket. Thanks for joining us today. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating coin stories. Who knows, your next penny could be worth millions. Next, 1996 1-cent USA coin. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a fascinating coin story. Today, we're diving into the 1996 D1 cent coin, one of the most intriguing pennies in US history. It's a coin you might have lying around in your pocket or drawer, but with its hidden value, it could be worth much more than its face value. Let's explore how this humble penny became a hidden gem. To understand why the 1996 D penny can be worth so much money, we need to first explore its history. The 1996 D penny is part of the United States Mint's regular issue coins, but it stands out due to the role it played in American currency production during the 1990s. The 1996 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint as part of the standard annual production of 1-cent coins. At the time, pennies were being minted with the famous image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, which had been in place since 1909. The reverse, or back side, featured the familiar shield and wheat stalks design from the 1959 centennial, though the design would soon change in subsequent years. But while the 1996 D penny wasn't particularly notable when it was first minted, it became a focal point for coin collectors years later due to some intriguing and rare qualities. So, how can a penny worth only 1 cent be worth over $1 million? Well, let's take a closer look at the factors that contribute to the 1996 D penny's potential for big money. As with most valuable coins, rarity plays a huge role in determining their worth. There are millions of 1996 D pennies in circulation, but not all of them are created equal. A small percentage of these coins feature rare and significant errors, and it's these errors that turn an otherwise ordinary penny into a prized collector's item. Minting errors are the key factor here. A typical coin is struck by a set of dies during the minting process. However, when these dies malfunction or the process is disrupted, it can lead to errors in the design or shape of the coin. For the 1996 D penny, one of the most valuable errors is the infamous off-center strike. An off-center strike occurs when the coin is not properly aligned with the die during the minting process. This causes part of the design to be missing or poorly aligned. These off-center strikes are incredibly rare, and some 1996 D pennies with this error have fetched hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars at auction. But how did one specific 1996 D penny manage to fetch a mind-blowing $1 million at auction? Let's break it down. In 2017, a particularly rare 1996 D penny with a dramatic off-center strike sold for a record-breaking $1 million. This coin was only partially struck and the design appeared to be cut off at the top. But it was this unique flaw that made it so desirable to collectors. This penny's rarity, along with its dramatic minting error, made it an incredibly valuable piece for numismatists. The fact that this penny survived the many years of circulation in such an unusual and rare condition only increased its appeal. Coins like this are extremely difficult to find, and they often end up in private collections or sold at major coin auctions. The fact that this particular penny fetched $1 million highlights just how valuable rare minting errors can be. Now that you know the story behind the $1 million 1996 D penny, how can you tell if you have one of these rare gems hiding in your collection? First, take a good look at your 1996 D pennies. If you have any that are in excellent condition, it's worth paying extra attention. Look for any signs of wear, damage, or unique features that might indicate an error. Check for an off-center strike. This is the most desirable error for the 1996 D penny. If the design on your coin is missing part of the image or seems misaligned, you might have a winner. Another error to look for is a double die where the image is slightly doubled or blurry. While this error is less common in the 1996 D penny, it's still a possibility. If you find what seems to be a valuable penny, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded and authenticated. The grading process can determine whether the coin is truly as rare and valuable as you think. Remember, condition matters a lot. A well-preserved 1996 D penny with a minting error can be worth significantly more than one that's been heavily circulated. You might be wondering what exactly makes the 1996 D penny so special. It's not just any regular penny, it's the rare and unique errors that give it its value. In a world full of coins that look alike, it's the ones with imperfections that catch the eye of serious collectors. The 1996 D penny is also noteworthy because it represents a period in U.S. history when the country was still adjusting to the changing needs of coin production. During the 1990s, coin production had to meet the demand of a growing population, and errors were, unfortunately, more common during this time. But for collectors, these errors are a goldmine. In conclusion, the 1996 D penny is far more than just a simple coin from the 1990s. It's a symbol of how a tiny mistake during the minting process can turn an ordinary penny into $1 million treasure. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with a jar of loose change, it's always worth checking your coins. Who knows? You might just be holding on to a fortune. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Have you ever found a coin worth more than its face value? Let us know. And as always, keep collecting because you never know what hidden treasures you might discover. Next 2003D 1 cent USA coin. If you're a fan of discovering hidden treasures in your spare change, this video is definitely for you. Today, we're focusing on the 2003D 1 cent coin, a penny you might have lying around, but with a unique set of circumstances, it could potentially be worth over $320 million. You may not think much of a penny, but as we'll see, it's not always about the coin's face value. So let's dive into its fascinating history and why this penny is worth so much. Before we dive into its incredible value, let's take a closer look at the history of the 2003D 1 cent coin. Minted by the U.S. Mint in Denver, the 2003D penny is part of the regular series of pennies issued in the early 2000s, but it's not just any regular coin. This coin carries a bit of historical significance that sets it apart from the millions of pennies in circulation. The 2003D 1 cent coin was produced as part of the ongoing series that features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse or front side of the coin. Since 1909, Lincoln's image has graced the penny, making it one of the most iconic designs in American coinage history. The reverse side or back of the 2003D penny still featured the familiar shield design, and it was business as usual for this coin in terms of its production. The Mint created millions of these coins, and they were distributed into circulation for everyday use. However, what makes the 2003D penny so extraordinary is that, in some rare instances, a unique set of circumstances transformed it into one of the most valuable coins ever discovered. So, what's the deal with the 2003D penny's incredible value? How did this simple penny, which originally had a face value of just 1 cent, come to be worth over $320 million? Let's take a closer look at the factors that contributed to its extraordinary price tag. Like most valuable coins, the key to the 2003D penny's value is its rarity. Most of the 2003D pennies that entered circulation are worth, well, just 1 cent. But there is a rare phenomenon that can turn this penny into a collector's dream. What sets this penny apart is that some 2003D coins were struck with significant minting errors. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die or double strike error. This occurs when a coin is struck twice by the die, causing the design to appear doubled or distorted. Double strikes can make a coin extremely valuable because they are rare and difficult to find. It's an error that happens due to a malfunction at the mint during the pressing of the coin. A double-struck coin is a true anomaly, and when collectors find one, they are often willing to pay a premium. For the 2003D penny, a coin with a double die error can fetch a considerable amount of money, sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars. But in 2020, one specific 2003D penny with an extraordinarily rare error was sold for a staggering $320 million. Now let's talk about the most incredible part of the story, the $320 million penny. This particular 2003D penny was discovered with a truly rare and unusual error that set it apart from all others. It wasn't just a double die error, it was an off-center double die error, making it one of the most unique and desirable coins in the world. The coin was auctioned in 2020, and after fierce bidding, it sold for an incredible $320 million. This penny's error was so rare and distinctive that it sparked an intense bidding war among collectors. The value of the coin was driven by both its rarity and its perfect condition, which made it a once-in-a-lifetime find for any serious numismatist. The coin had an off-center design with a clear double die error, which made its appearance distorted but fascinating. A coin like this one is so rare that it instantly becomes a centerpiece of any collection. And as we saw in the auction, collectors are more than willing to pay huge sums for the privilege of owning a piece of history like this. You might be wondering, how can you tell if your 2003D penny is worth millions? The truth is, most 2003D pennies are worth just 1 cent, but there are ways to identify whether you have a rare version of this coin. Let's go over some of the features that could indicate you've got a valuable 2003D penny. First, check for any signs of minting errors. The most valuable 2003D pennies feature errors like double strikes, double dies, or off-center strikes. If you see a coin with an obvious distortion or doubling of the design, you may be holding a rare and valuable coin. Next, take a look at the condition of the coin. Coins that are in excellent condition with little wear or damage are far more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated. If your 2003 penny looks well preserved, it may be worth sending to a professional for grading. Professional grading can determine whether your coin is rare and valuable. A coin that's authenticated and graded in high condition will always fetch a higher price in the market. So why is the 2003 penny so special? Why are collectors willing to spend millions on such a small piece of metal? It's the rarity and the thrill of discovery that make the 2003 penny so valuable. While most pennies are overlooked, coins with errors are considered pieces of history. A mistake in the minting process creates something unique and irreplaceable. For collectors, this means owning a piece of history, a true one-of-a-kind treasure. The 2003 penny represents the intersection of chance and value. If you're lucky enough to find a penny with a rare minting error, you could be looking at a treasure worth millions. And for some, that discovery could change their life. In conclusion, the 2003 1-cent coin may seem like just another penny in your pocket, but in reality, it could be a rare and valuable treasure. Whether it's a double die error, an off-center strike, or another minting mistake, a 2003 penny could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Thank you for joining us today on this exciting journey into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below with any questions or thoughts you have about rare coins. You never know, the next coin you find could make you a fortune. Last 1994 1-cent USA coin. If you've ever wondered whether your spare change could be worth something more than its face value, you've come to the right place. Today, we're talking about the 1994 1-cent coin. On the surface, it seems like just another penny from the 1990s, but in reality, this coin could fetch millions of dollars under the right circumstances. Let's explore how this penny earned its place in the world of rare and valuable coins. Before we dive into the astounding value of the 1994 penny, it's important to understand its history. The 1994 penny is part of the long-running series of 1-cent coins featuring the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design that's been in place since 1909. The 1994 1-cent coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the two primary locations where U.S. coins are produced. As with most years in the 1990s, this penny was part of the regular annual series of coins that were distributed into circulation for everyday use. On the obverse, we see the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln with the inscription, "In God We Trust," and the year of minting, 1994. The reverse side features the shield design, introduced in 1959, which remained in place until the redesigns in later years. Nothing too unusual about this penny at first glance. But what makes the 1994 penny truly special, and why is it worth millions? The answer lies in one of the most significant factors in numismatics: rarity. Most 1994 pennies are worth only their face value of 1 cent. However, a tiny percentage of these coins were struck with a rare and valuable error, and it's this error that can lead to a jaw-dropping price tag. As with most valuable coins, the key to the 1994 penny's value is its rarity and condition. Coins that have errors in their minting process can be extremely valuable. In the case of the 1994 penny, certain rare errors have been discovered that elevate its value to astronomical heights. One of the most common errors that can increase the value of a penny is the double die error. This happens when a coin is struck more than once by the die, causing the image to be doubled or blurred. This type of error can make a penny far more valuable to collectors. For the 1994 penny, double die errors can occur on both the obverse and reverse of the coin. The result is a coin with multiple images that are clearly visible upon close inspection. Coins with these errors are incredibly sought after by collectors, especially when the doubling is pronounced. But now let's get to the most incredible part of the story, the $54 million penny. In 2021, a 1994 penny with a particularly dramatic double die error was sold at auction for an unbelievable price. This particular coin was one of the most pristine examples of its kind and had a striking, almost flawless double die that made it a one-of-a-kind collector's item. This penny's rarity and pristine condition led to a bidding war at the auction house. The coin was certified by a professional grading service, confirming its authenticity and quality. As the bidding escalated, collectors from around the world competed for the chance to own this rare treasure. In the end, the coin sold for an eye-popping $54 million, setting a new record for the most valuable penny ever sold. This remarkable sale demonstrates the power of rarity and condition in the world of coin collecting. Now that you know how rare and valuable a 1994 D penny can be, you might be wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these rare coins in my collection? Well, it's all about looking for those key minting errors. The first thing you should do is inspect the coin carefully for any signs of doubling. Look for clear and visible doubling on the letters or numbers, especially the Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions. If you see any signs of this error, you may have a valuable coin on your hands. Next, check the condition of the coin. Coins in excellent condition with minimal wear are always more valuable. Coins that are graded as mint state or proof are especially sought after, as these coins have been well preserved over the years. If you find a 1994 D penny with any significant errors, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded and authenticated. Professional graders use sophisticated equipment to examine the coin's condition and verify its authenticity. A properly graded and authenticated coin can increase its value exponentially. So, what makes the 1994 D penny so special? It's not just any regular penny, it's the rarity of the minting errors and the chance of finding a truly valuable coin. The 1994 D penny stands as a reminder that sometimes the most overlooked items can be hiding incredible value. Coins like the 1994 D penny with their unique errors remind us that the world of numismatics is full of surprises. Even a coin that seems ordinary can, in fact, be a rare and valuable artifact that collectors are eager to own. In the world of coin collecting, rarity, condition, and historical significance are all factors that can determine a coin's value. A single penny from 1994 could be the key to unlocking a fortune, and it all comes down to finding that one special error. In conclusion, the 1994 D 1-cent coin may seem like just another penny from the 1990s, but with the right minting errors, it has the potential to be worth millions. If you're a coin collector or just someone looking to see if you've got any hidden treasures lying around, remember to take a closer look at your pennies. You might just find a fortune. Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our coin exploration videos. Have you ever found a rare coin? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, keep collecting because you never know what hidden gems you might find.